Hello folks, I just want to share this quick overview of my new wireless controller. Now this was sent to me by the seller for free in exchange for this little product review, but I have been using it now for a few days, so let's just pop back in time to when I first unboxed it. So here's the box, wireless controller. Okay, looks like there's some charge already because I can see the LEDs flashing there. And I'll tell you what, I am very satisfied with this build quality. In terms of the mainline controllers, this is definitely similar to both an Xbox controller or a Nintendo Switch Pro controller. Now this is of course compatible with the Nintendo Switch, so you can use it as a Pro controller. And you can't use it with Xbox or with PlayStation, but you can use it with your phone, and you can use the streaming services on your phone so that you can play your Xbox and PlayStation games if you wish. Now one of the great things is that it does have USB-C, so no micro USB nonsense here. The buttons themselves have a nice clip to them. Now this is not a touchpad or anything, it's just part of the plastic design, but you do have an RGB LED system set up, and along with the home button you have a screenshot button, and really nice as well, you have a turbo control. And also in the box we get the instruction manual. You get the USB Type-C charging cable. This is 3.2 feet in length. And you get the mount for your phone. This is optional, so you don't need to have it on the controller all the time if you are using this, for example, with the Nintendo Switch. But let's see how this works. This is arguably one of the main reasons you would perhaps choose this controller over some of the others that are available to buy. But you still get full access to all of the buttons here. You get access to the charging as well. So if you are primarily using this for mobile gaming, then once this is in place, you may just want to leave it there. And you can fold this down so it's not going to get caught in any travel cases if you're worried about that getting damaged. Also, a couple of additional features which are really nice to have that I didn't mention in the unboxing. First of all, you do get these programmable buttons along with the macro switch for them there. And these can be adjusted with the settings button. Okay, you don't need to download any additional software. You can do everything with the controller itself, and that will allow you to record your macros and assign them to those buttons. And that settings will also allow you to adjust the turbo option button if you want to use that. Just read through that little manual that I showed you. It explains everything and it is quite clear, so you shouldn't have any issues. Now, another great thing about this, you can't physically remove or adjust these face buttons here. But what you can do is, using the settings button, switch the mapping of these very quickly from an Xbox layout to a Nintendo Switch Pro controller layout. It's a nice feature. We all know how confusing it can be when you're jumping from an Xbox controller to the Switch Pro controller. This kind of alleviates that problem, and it's just a nice feature to have here. And like I say, so simple to use. Just hold the settings button down and tap in the right analog stick, and then repeat the process if you want to switch those buttons back. So yes, this is a great controller to pair with your Nintendo Switch, and if you want to use it with a Nintendo Switch, it's very easy to connect. All you have to do is find this little small button here next to the USB-C charging port, hold that down for a couple of seconds, and that will put the controller into pairing mode, and then you can just go through your Switch's interface in order to connect it. Now, if you are connecting to a PC or to an iOS device via Bluetooth, the process is a little different. Instead of using that small button next to the charging port, you want to hold down the A button along with the home button on the controller, and that will enter pairing mode for those devices. And once it was in pairing mode, my iPhone found it very quickly as an Xbox wireless controller. And finally, it's different still if you want to connect this to an Android device via Bluetooth. In that case, you are going to hold down the B button along with the home button in order to enter pairing mode. So just pay attention to those different types of pairing modes, because you will need to use the right mode depending on the device you are connecting to. But I have been using this a lot over the last few days, mostly to play some Apple Arcade games. As you can see, I've been having a lot of fun here with Jetpack Joyride 2 Plus. But before we finish, I do have to talk about PlayStation and Xbox. Now, this controller is not compatible with those consoles. However, yes, there is a however, you can play your PlayStation and your Xbox library games with this controller if you are streaming those games through the Xbox or PlayStation Remote Play apps on your phone or on your PC. So for me, with my PS5, I can take my entire PlayStation 5 library out with me on the go and play all of my games using my phone with the Bluetooth connection from this controller. It's a great feature and just something that I feel is worth mentioning. Overall, I have been impressed with this controller. Not only does it just feel great to hold, but the fact it has those additional features, bearing in mind the price point that it is being offered at, I think it is a great choice. I hope the video helped.